loaded up on
Then the other assignment of seaboard school board.
special, like, you want some bacon and stuff like that. It's like, yeah,
They don't have a goalie. They're like, okay, who's getting they say
I'll take
and then they have to get on one knee and raise their hands. Not it. And I'm like, yeah, right now, KG goalie doesn't.
so I got a game of kids. So I have a freezer. I sold.
Let's go, Dean.
Give them you?
All right. Yeah, you're going to play any supper out there?
We're about to start.
About to get figured out. That's real good. That's good.
It's going good. I told kids to time to share to make sure that we're on the same page on using the tools for kids.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so hopefully they have a conversation.
Yeah.
Because I had a lot of people come to me, why? I was like, listen, I'm not on the board. Sorry. But it's all just miscommunication, I think, so.
Yeah. That'll be get that word over. Where you been, Chief?
Running this party today?
Been all riding around?
Yeah. Okay, I have 6 o'clock on the clock. 6 o'clock on the clock.
It works.
It works. We have Pastor Tyler Aarons that's going to give us our initial prayer.
Is that you?
Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen.
Amen.
Gracious Heavenly Father, thank you so much for this beautiful sunny day today. To with us this evening in this council meeting, and with this group of people, and the discussions and the decisions made be for the benefit of the city of Guymon. May all that's done be to your glory. All this we ask in your Son's name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Mr. Setzer, will you lead us in the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'm going to call the regular meeting of Guymon City Council to order. Attendance roll call.
Mr. Peterson? Mr. Alvidrez?
Present.
Mr. Setzer?
Present.
Mr. Eidson?
Here.
Ms. Sanchez?
Here.
Ms. Hoffman? Here. Mr. Petty?
Here.
Mr. Shannon?
Here.
We have a quorum.
Item number 3, approval of consent agenda.
I make a motion that we approve the consent agenda item 3.
Second.
Setzer?
Aye.
Alvidrez?
Aye.
Eidson?
Aye.
Sanchez?
Aye.
We've got 4 ayes.
Agenda item number 4, discussion and possible action to adopt the City of Guymon 2024 Water Conservation Plan. Have any discussion?
Madam Vice Mayor, ooh, that's hot today. The last conservation plan that was done was in 2009, I believe. We just updated it. As this is mainly, and we're under trigger number 1, stage 1 water watch, is when our pumping capacity exceeds our production, our usage. And so we just wanted to bring that back up to the front. It's been like 2009. Yeah, it's for discussion. It's mainly where we was at, and we're doing a good job of it. There's a lot of people, I mean, seriously, a lot of people are adhering to this. And our figures right now are showing it's taking about 20-25% off of our pumping, so it's good. It's good. And we don't like to go around and I don't want to use that word. We patrol it quite frequently, but it's, we're working with the public, and they're working with us. I believe there's a resolution too, no resolution? Okay.
Do you have any other discussion or possible actions?
No, I think it's a good idea, bring that to the front. I know I get a lot of complaints. I know you guys probably do too, of why do we have to do the odds and evens, and my grass is gonna die, and my flowers are gonna die. But I haven't watered since we got that big rain. I'm gonna tell you, I water my flowers every once in a while, but I don't have any issues, but I don't have a big lawn, so I thank the public for keeping up with it and the city to patrol it. Thank you.
Might add something too, and we'll work with the public. For instance, we had a lady, a lady called about 2 weeks ago, and she dug up all of her grass, and she's putting in a grass that doesn't take much water. But for the first 2 or 3 weeks, she's going to have to water it every day. We get that. We get that. We will work with you instead of doing the odd and evens. So the citizen was taking responsibility. They took out all their grass that needs watered all the time and went back with something that didn't need much water. So we will work. All we got to do is they'll call us and we'll work with you. So, where will they call you?
I'll make a motion for us to adopt the City of Guymon 2024 Water Conservation Plan.
Second?
I have a motion and a second.
Heitzen. Alvedras.
Aye.
Setzer.
Aye.
Sanchez.
Aye.
We've got 4 ayes.
Okay. Agenda item number 5 is discussion and possible action to approve escrow contract for assignment of real estate lease between Texas County Memorial Foundation, DBA Dunaway Manor, Nursing Home, Panhandle Counseling, and Healthcare Inc. The United States of America acting through the United States Department of Agriculture and the City of Guymon for a 5.4 acre tract of land out of Section 30-T3N-315 ECM, being a portion of blocks 26, 27, 30, and 31, Stonebreaker Z Edition. Mr. Shannon.
Thank you. I think we've all heard that when window closes, another one opens up. Unfortunately, the Dunaway Manor closed. We have in the assisted living facility, but Panhandle Counseling and Health Center has a good solid plan to reopen that. I wish I knew what the plan was, but I'm sure it's health-wise. And as you might be aware, you might not be aware, that the land that it sits on belongs to the City of Guymon. And we just need to give the blessing to go ahead and allow those people to take this over. Correct, Mr. Petty?
That's right. Yep.
Federal funding for the counseling, Panhandle Counseling? It's all federal funding, isn't it?
Yeah, the Panhandle Health and Counseling Center will be providing medical services out of that location. And as part of the deal, the United States Department of Agriculture through the Rural Development is going to forgive the mortgage debt against the property, which is significant. And it's really a good deal. I mean, the facility will now be used, debt will be gone, and the
New stuff.
Guymon's 99-year lease continues, the balance of it does.
So the city will not have any debt for anything on this building?
It did not have any anyway, but the debt that was created by the operations out there, I think it was close to $7 million total, and it's going to be forgiven.
All right, well, I'll make a motion to approve the escrow contract for assignment of real estate lease between Texas County Memorial Foundation, DBA Dunaway Manor Nursing Home, Panhandle Counseling and Health Center Incorporated, the United States of America acting through the United States Department of Agriculture and the City of Guymon for a 5.4 acre tract of land out of the Section 30 T3 in R15 ECM, being a portion of blocks 26, 27, 30, and 31, Stonebreaker Z Edition.
I have a motion and a second.
Alvedras.
Aye.
Setzer.
Aye.
Hudson.
Aye.
Sanchez.
Aye.
We've got 4 ayes.
Okay, agenda item number 6 is discussion and possible action to approve the lease agreement between the City of Guymon and the Independent School District Number 8 of Texas County, Oklahoma for lots 9 and 10 in Block 24, Stonebreaker Z addition to the City of Guymon. And Mr. Shannon.
A lot of things happening, a lot of good positive. This was new to me. This is a 10-year lease. Normally, these leases are indefinitely. But fortunately, when the school passed the bond issue, or the whole county passed that bond issue, they'd like the leases to go out just a little farther than 10 years. And this is basically what this is allowing that to do. It went up to 50 years, wasn't it, Mr. Petty?
Yeah, it will allow the revenue bond financing to take place. There'll be from the lease that the city has to the school district. Mechanically, there'll then be a sublease to the Texas County Development Authority that will basically build the new facilities. And then those facilities will be leased back to the school district, and the lease payments will pay off the revenue bonds that will be issued to take care of the improvements. So it's there's no liability created for the city at all. So, and it will enable this great transaction to occur, I think.
Any other discussion?
Make a motion to approve the lease agreement between the City of Guymon and the Independent School District Number 8 of Texas County, Oklahoma, with lots 9, 10, and Block 24, Stonebreaker Z addition of the City of Guymon.
Second.
I have a motion and a second.
Hudson.
Aye.
Setzer.
Aye.
Alvedras.
Aye.
Sanchez.
Aye.
We've got 4 ayes.
Item number 7 is discussion and possible action to approve clinical experience agreement between the Guymon Fire Department Ambulance and Panhandle Counseling and Health Center. Chief, or,
Yes, that's me.
yeah, that's you.
So this allows us to send students over to Panhandle Counseling and Health Center. One of the areas that we haven't been able to find other places to send students for was to get clinical experience working with pediatric patients. And Panhandle Health Center sees a lot of pediatric patients, so it's a great opportunity for them to have exposure to pediatric patients and under the supervision of PAs, NPs over there, be able to provide care to those patients. So this agreement will allow them to finish up their paramedic training at that facility.
Any questions or discussions?
All right, make a motion to, where are we at? Oh yeah, to approve the clinical experience agreement between the Guymon Fire Department, Ambulance, and Panhandle Counseling and Health Center.
Second.
I have a motion in 2 seconds.
Hudson.
Aye.
Setzer.
Aye.
Alvedras.
Aye.
Sanchez.
Aye.
We've got 4 ayes.
Thank you. Agenda item number 8, discussion and possible action to approve Mediclaims contract for processing ambulance services.
That's me again, so I'll just hang up here. So this contract is for our billing. We actually overlooked this contract at the first of the year. So we've been utilizing these services so far this year, and we've continued that relationship going back many years. So this would just be renewing that contract to continue to utilize the Mediclaims for our billing services for the ambulance services.
Any questions or discussion?
I make a motion that we approve Mediclaims contract processing ambulance services, item 8.
Second.
Have a motion and a second?
Setzer.
Aye.
Alvedras.
Aye.
Edson.
Aye.
Sanchez.
Aye.
We've got 4 ayes.
Agenda item number 9, discussion and possible action to approve emergency medical service interlocal agreement between the City of Guymon and the Town of Texhoma.
So we had to make an amendment to this agreement. The ambulance referenced on the original agreement doesn't exist. So we had to update it with the correct vehicle information. The correct ambulance is a 2007 Chevy wheeled coach ambulance with about 25, less than 26,000 miles on it. So this is the updated agreement with updated vehicle information.
So we're just making up VIN numbers now? Or we just guessed correctly this time?
I think on the original agreement, I don't know if it had a VIN number, but we did add the VIN number on this one just to be double sure that we made sure we had the correct vehicle reference.
Good deal.
Any discussion?
I make a motion that we approve emergency medical services interlocal agreement between the City of Guymon and the Town of Texhoma, item 9.
Second.
Have a motion and a second?
Setzer.
Aye.
Alvedras.
Aye.
Edson.
Aye.
Sanchez.
Aye.
We've got 4 ayes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Agenda item number 10 is discussion and possible action to approve budget amendment number 2 for the sales tax general CIF Fund 44 for an increase of $1,783,562.11. Mr. Shannon.
As we spoke last month, the 1.7 million was the balloon payment owed on the Nash Soccer Complex. This is internally, we have to replenish that fund where we draw that money out of.
And this would leave us with zero debt on the Nash?
Excuse me?
This would leave us with zero debt on the Nash complex?
I make a motion to approve budget amendment number 2 for the sales tax general CIF fund, Fund 44, for an increase of $1,783,562.11.
Second.
Have a motion and a second?
Edson.
Aye.
Setzer.
Aye.
Alvedras.
Aye.
Sanchez.
Aye.
We've got 4 ayes.
Agenda item number 11, discussion and possible action to accept Cherokee Strip Community Foundation grant for $10,000 for the Guymon Police Radio Project.
I'll just go ahead and say something about that. I appreciate the police department, the three corners connectors. They come around and they have money to give away. So the police department made application and received $10,000. What that'll go to is the 700 megahertz radio systems that are phenomenal. I mean, I'm not a police officer, don't want to be one, but what I've heard that you can set and get communication, just kind of like what we're talking here today between here and wherever. So it's very well needed. So,
Good.
Mike, thank you and your department, or Michael, thank you and your department for doing this. To my understanding too, this grant comes back up every quarter. Yep.
Zero match.
Yeah. Zero match.
Nice.
How about that? Yeah.
All right, well, I'll make a motion to gladly accept the Cherokee Strip Community Foundation grant for $10,000 for the Guymon Police Radio Project.
Second.
Have a motion and a second?
Edson.
Aye.
Setzer.
Aye.
Alvedras.
Aye.
Sanchez.
Aye.
We've got 4 ayes.
Agenda item number 12, discussion and possible action to authorize advertising for bids for the sale of 7 pair of elk antlers. Martin, you want to come up and talk? It's your time.
You're amongst friends. Good grief.
Shannon, you want to go?
Yeah, I'll go ahead. With the new law and stuff like that, these antlers, there's people out there now that will give a fair price for these. And we're thinking we want to submit out for bids and maybe possibly put them on Purple Wave or something like that. So kind of curious to see what they do.
I was wondering if you could put them on Purple Wave.
Yeah.
Well, forgive me
We've
if I'm-
seen, matching pairs go from, $75 up to $3,500 a pair.
Forgive me if I'm being naive, but why the hell do we have antlers?
Antlers? Oh, we have elk at the game refuge.
And are they
They
dead
shed
yet?
them every year.
No, they should.
They
Oh,
should.
have we just been collecting them and then waiting to sell?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
There's a baby longhorn out there now.
I knew that. Yeah, I knew the Longhorn was out there. Yeah.
But there again, it takes legislative approval, especially over X amount of dollars to do that. So that's what we're here
Where are we
to do.
putting this at, and how do people accept bids?
Excuse me.
Where do the bids go? Where do,
The bids will be received here at City Hall.
All right.
Cool. I make a motion to authorize advertising for bids for the sale of 7 pair of elk antlers.
second?
Item 12.
Have a motion and a second?
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
This isn't going on Blue Wave. This is going to be a regular.
Oh, it's not going to go on the Blue Wave?
No.
Okay.
Purple Wave.
Purple Wave?
Yeah.
Okay.
You want it to go on Purple Wave or not? No, that won't accept it.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay. Set-
Well,
Facebook.
Setzer,
Aye.
Alvedras,
Aye.
Idson.
Aye.
Sanchez.
Aye.
We've got 4 ayes.
Big barter and sell.
Agenda item number 3, new business. Do we have any new business, Mr. Shannon? Anybody? Okay. Agenda item number 14 is public comments. Members of the public that wish to speak, you have 3 minutes. If you would like to speak, come to the podium. All right, it doesn't look like we have any public comments, so we'll adjourn the meeting for Guymon City Council and go to the regular meeting of Guymon Utilities Authority. So I'll call this meeting to order. Attendance roll call.
Oh, we already did that.
Oh, we can do that, yeah. Okay, so item number 3. Approve the minutes for the special meeting of June 10th, 2024.
I make a motion to approve the minutes from the special meeting of June 10th, 2024.
Second.
Have a motion and a second?
Idson.
Aye.
Setzer.
Aye.
Alvedras.
Aye.
Sanchez.
Aye.
We've got 4 ayes.
Agenda item number 4, discussion and possible action to approve UTS pay application number 5 in the amount of $141,686.52 for retainage due on the AMI water metering system. Sorry. And this is just to pay off what we owe, and then we're done with that project, right?
Well, we're done with that contract.
Oh, with that
And there's
contract.
still about, I don't see Tracy. Tracy had to leave today. There's right at 300 meters that we're going to have to replace. Long story, I'll fill you in at a later time, but yeah, this will bring the contract as it was written and presented to y'all. This will close that contract out.
And the rest we'll just do ourselves.
And we're going to do the rest of it ourselves.
I make a motion that we approve UTS pay application number 5 in the amount of $141,686.52 retainage due on the AMI water metering system. Item 4.
Second.
Have a motion and a second.
Setzer.
Aye.
Alvedras.
Aye.
Idson.
Aye.
Sanchez.
Aye.
We've got 4 ayes.
Agenda item number 5, discussion and possible action to approve Adora invoice number 1 in the amount of $100,607.08. Mr. Shannon?
Ladies and gentlemen, this starts the process of Guymon's future. Thank you, Adura, for being patient with us. This work has already been completed and been done for 3 or 4 months. We just finally got the money. There's the check. So we appreciate y'all working with us. But there again, this starts the process for the future of Guymon to have water, probably, hopefully, for the next 50 years. So they've been holding these invoices for us for 3, 4, 5 months now, so I appreciate that. So.
Yes.
I make a motion that we approve Adora invoice number 1 in the amount of $100,607.08. Item 5.
Second.
Have a motion and a second.
Setzer.
Aye.
Alvedras.
Aye.
Idson.
Aye.
Sanchez.
Aye.
We've got 4 ayes.
Agenda item number 6, discussion and possible action to approve Adora invoice number 2 in the amount of $155,484.15. And this is similar to agenda item number 5, correct?
Correct. I make a motion that we approve Adora invoice number 2 in the amount of $155,484.15, item 6.
Second.
I have a motion and a second.
Setzer?
Aye.
Alvedras?
Aye.
Hudson?
Aye.
Sanchez?
Aye.
Got 4 ayes.
Agenda item number 7 is discussion and possible action to award bid for the Mesa Water Confirmation Test Well Program to Hydro Resources Mid-Continent, Inc. for $3,617,700 and to execute agreement between Hydro Resources and the Guymon Utility Authority. I think we have a presentation for this one, or conversation.
Hello, good evening. My name is Crystal Pollock. I'm with Authority. Thank you for paying the first few invoices. I wanted to give you a little bit of an update where we're at on this project, as well as about the bids, which is on the docket, which you're getting ready to vote on. Next slide, please. So currently, I'm going to talk about 3 things, kind of where Guymon Utility Authority is at on the project, and then compliments that they've already received to the state, about the bidding that that is on your docket, and a little bit about the project schedule and where we're at. Next slide. So by the end of this month or the beginning of the next month, Mr. Shannon has been working really closely with the Land Commission, and he should have obtained the actual water rights when we're about to actually drill the test holes for this project. We've already received permits to do the test holes and ultimately the production wells. But the water rights still have a few little things and should be done at the end of this month. And very good news today, Mr. Shannon and the mayor attended a thing at the state where Governor Stitt signed the bill where you guys received a $20 million grant for this project. They have realized and understand how important this is, and the fact that they've done this is a really big deal. Mr. Shannon has also obtained a $10 million loan from OWRV and a grant from OWRV for about $700,000. So a big chunk of this project has already been covered through grant money. Next slide. So today, on today's docket, we have received 2 bids for the test holes. Out of those 2 bidders, we had to disqualify one of the bidders for the following reasons. First off, they did not submit qualifications that said they had done a job of this size or had the ability to do a job of this size. They did not attend a mandatory pre-bid meeting, which probably would have answered a lot of the questions when they had done the bid, and they didn't submit a bid bond. So for that reason, we disqualified them. Authority is recommending approval to Hydro Resources for roughly $3.6 million. The estimate was 4.8, so we were really excited that it came in below that price. Next slide. I'm sorry?
I'm really excited.
So a little bit about the schedule. So what we just did in phase 1 is the test holes. What we're going to learn from these test holes is that it's going to give us the quality of the water. It's going to help us design the actual production wells, so we'll know exactly where we're going to be pulling the water from when we design the wells. And it's going to give us an estimate or a projection of what the yield of the amount of water we're going to get out of this. Okay? So this part is really important before we start phase 2, which is where we actually start designing the production wells. But if you notice in the schedule, we start the design of those a little bit sooner than the test wells are finished, because we're going to be receiving that data back as they're going from test hole to test hole, and we can start working with those. Phase 2. Also at the same time, we'll be starting phase 3, which we've actually, Mr. Shannon has let us go ahead and start a few little things that we can do ahead of time. We're doing these things so we can keep this project going forward as fast as possible and finish on time. And some of those things that we're doing is we're doing a model of the existing water system right now. That's going to help us when we tie in where the right point to tie into the system to get the most bang for your buck. And we are laying out kind of different alternate alignments for the transmission mains. But a big part of phase 3 will be the transmission mains, the pump station, and the storage tower. And next slide, with that, I can answer any questions you have.
Why do you think there's only 2 bidders? Is it our area or not qualified?
I actually don't think it was the area. I think a big part of it, I talked to a few of them, it was timing. They have a lot of rigs out on different sites right now, and we were okay with delaying the start a little bit, but not too far off. And so there was a liquidated damage that was tied to that if they didn't finish on time, and I think that discouraged a couple of them from bidding the job.
Okay. You have a good record with Hydro, I assume.
We are currently doing a job with them right now in Tinker, at Tinker Air Force Base in Oklahoma City, and we did verify their qualifications and their references when they submitted for the bid, so.
And that's the only previous engagement that you guys have had with them?
With them, we did talk to another engineering firm that has done work with them on another job, and they didn't have any issues, but.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah, we're excited.
I am too, especially with hydro. There's not a lot of farmers out there right now, but hydro is one of the major players that does a lot of well work up in this part of the world, southwestern Kansas and the Oklahoma Panhandle. They have an offices in Sunray, Texas. It used to be Taylor Drilling, years and years ago. So very reputable company, very reputable. So I was pleased to see this happen. So.
There are a few more regulations that go along with municipal wells compared to someone who is just drilling one for an irrigation system or farm. So the qualifications are a little bit different because of the size that you have to drill and the water quality samples you have to pull. So.
It's a big project, for sure.
I'm excited. It's been a good thing.
Any other discussion?
I'll make the motion to award the bid for the MESA Water Confirmation Test Well Program to Hydro Resources Mid-Continent Inc. for $3,617,700 and to execute agreement between Hydro Resources and the Guymon Utility Authority, item 7.
Second?
Have a motion and a second?
Heitzen,
Aye.
Alvidres,
Aye.
Setzer,
Aye.
Sanchez.
Aye.
We've got 4 ayes.
Agenda item number 8, discussion and possible action to award bid for the Guymon Lagoon Rehabilitation Project. Mr. Shannon.
Madam Vice Mayor, I'd like to table this as the water well coming in under bid. This came in overbid significantly, and we're still reviewing that bid with Park Hill, and we're not picking it apart, but it came in about $1.8 million over. So
That's quite a chunk.
we're evaluating it, and we didn't have enough time to do that for this meeting. So
Make a motion that we table item 8.
thank you.
Second.
Have a motion and a second?
Setzer.
Aye.
Alvidres.
Aye.
Heitzen.
Aye.
Sanchez.
Aye.
We've got 4 ayes.
Agenda item number 9, discussion and possible action to authorize the interim city manager to sign the school land commercial lease for the Mesa Water Project site. And this is just to go
Vice
forward.
Mayor, this is the land that we're talking about, the Mesa Water Project. It goes out for bid the 30th, and everything is in order and ready for us to accept that package. Mr. Petty, you've looked at that package. It's a normal commercial lease with the Commissioner of Land Office. Fair market value, they've evaluated it, and it's going to cost $3,500 a year. And that auction starts the 30th, and I will be in the room. And should it come to the City of Guymon or Guymon Utilities Authority, we just need somebody there with a check and somebody to sign the lease. So, for 55 years.
Okay. Any other discussion?
Make a motion that we approve and authorize the interim city manager sign the school land commercial lease for the Mesa Water Project site, item 9.
Second?
Have a motion and a second?
Idson.
Aye.
Alvedras.
Aye.
Setzer.
Aye.
Sanchez.
Aye.
We've got 4 ayes.
Agenda item number 10, discussion and possible action to approve budget amendment number 2 for the Guymon Utilities Authority Fund 65 for a decrease of $1,783,562.11. Mr. Shannon.
That was done at the city. We just do it on this one
Okay.
too for this NAS soccer.
So we just have to,
Yes.
all right.
Make a motion to approve budget amendment number 2 for the Guymon Utilities Authority Fund 65 for a decrease of $1,783,562.11, item 10.
Second.
Have a motion and a second?
Idson.
Aye.
Alvedras.
Aye.
Setzer.
Aye.
Sanchez.
Aye.
We've got 4 ayes.
Agenda item number 11, any new business for the Guymon Utilities Authority? No new business. Public comments, agenda item number 12. No public comments. All right, agenda item number 13, reports from the city manager and city council.
Madam Vice Mayor, Crystal touched on it a little bit. We just rolled in here about 5 o'clock this evening. Just go back just a little bit, the House in the state of Oklahoma. We presented facts, figures, and that Guymon is running out of water. Absolutely just running out of water. Today, Governor Stitt signed House Bill 2889, and it says, "There is hereby appropriated to the Oklahoma Department of Environmental Quality from any monies not otherwise appropriated from the Progressing Rural Economic Prosperity Fund of the State of Treasury created in Section 256 of Title 62 of the Oklahoma statutes, $20 million. That was a line item just give to the city of Guymon Utilities Authority to spend towards its investment for the future. You as city council, I swear, will go down in history. Will be the city council that's approved and went out and made Guymon will have enough water, we're hoping, for the next 50 to 55 years. And the state of Oklahoma has joined you basically with their part of that for $20 million. So, unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Good job.
Well, it's everybody. Yeah. The mayor and everybody, I mean, our people, our consultants, our engineering group, Tracy, Mac, I mean, everybody sitting in this room has been part of this process from the word get-go, and I appreciate everybody for that. So it's been pretty heavy on a lot of people's mind, but like I said, this will go down in history, because if nothing had been done here in about a year or two, Guymon wouldn't have any water. No water, no people, no industry, no nothing. And when we find water, and it'll be found, the state's going to kick in $20 million on a $32 million project. Wonderful.
Yeah, thank you everybody who had a part in that, because it's definitely a team effort. Right. Any other reports, council members?
Our theater camp starts this week across the street, so next week, if you guys would like to see a free show, we're doing one for the public, one at 2 and one at 6.
What's planned?
We're doing, well, we did Oklahoma last camp, so this camp we're doing Once on This Island, which is a very summer-themed musical, very modern, so come check it out. We have some very awesome, talented kids coming to this one. People from Tennessee, South Texas, all over the place, so
Okay.
yeah, come see.
Great 4th of July show.
Oh.
You know, I think the community did a good job picking up after themselves. I didn't see very many complaints or anything of people leaving debris everywhere. So, but the show was really spectacular. Good job.
Hopefully the emergency room wasn't so busy.
There's one thing I forgot. I get so wound up, especially with this water project, but believe it or not, we had a flood about, 2 weeks ago? Yeah. And wow, was it a flood. I just want to compliment our police department, fire department, our emergency management people. We all just did what needed to be done. We learned a lot. I learned a lot. I've never been through a flood. But what impressed me the much is how the city employees pulled together the day or two after the water went down and absolutely cleaned everything up that needed to be cleaned up. And we're still doing some touch-up on some stuff. But Martin's men and George's Parks Department, sanitation, everybody come together and well, around Thompson Park, the lake there, that happened in one day. It was unbelievable. I mean, y'all did a fantastic job, and I thank you. Oh, and the golf course, my gosh, there's 6, 8, 10 foot of water come through that thing. So we're still evaluating on the loss. We lost some streets. We lost a lot of alleys. Don't run out your back gate there, buddy, because we will never find you. I mean, there were some crevices made, 3 and 4 foot deep in some of these alleys. So we're getting them. And hopefully within the next 30 days, we'll have a good comprehensive report to give back to the city, also to the state emergency management people. So kind of see where all that stands, see if there might be a little bit of funding out there to go out and try to help us recuperate some of our expenditures.
Do you want to touch a little bit on if you have flood damage and you haven't reported it, who do they need to talk to?
Yeah, and I don't have that material. I think you can go on the city's webpage. There's a webpage you can go to, or an email, or just call City Hall and give us your name, telephone number, and your address, and what happened. And we'll help you file that stuff. The more that we can get reported, we can meet the thresholds for maybe some federal money. So, but we got a rain, and the lake filled up.
Yeah, and our boat and rescue team.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chief, you want to say anything about that? I think you had over 70 plus water rescues and here in Guymon. So yeah. That's a lot.
Yeah, with the night of the flood, the police department and us and the street department all kind of got together about 1 o'clock in the morning, frantically, and just had some amazing rescues. I've been part of. It's funny, our rescue team has been deployed 8 or 9 different times to 2 or 3 different hurricanes. New Orleans, it's been kind of all over. We've never done anything here for years and years. Why we got to have a boat team. The state emergency manager stated to me, how come we didn't know about this? Didn't have time to call you because we were performing our own rescues as we were trained with the equipment that they provided us for the last several years. So we were able to do our own rescues and take care of our own out here and not have to wait for things to come downstate and back here.
Well, look at us being self-sufficient. I love it.
Awesome. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But Chief, you hit on something that we do take care of ourselves, and we've learned to just knuckle up and just take care of it. And we was talking to the governor this morning, and he even brought that up. Says those people out, they'll take care of themselves. We just got to be there to help them. I thought, wow, but you're right. It was a pretty good day.
I think it's awesome that not only that we train for situations like this to be proactive and then help others while we're waiting for a moment to happen, but also to be trained enough to actually help ourselves is pretty good. So kudos to your team, Chief. Let them know.
We did have kind of one strange rescue that started it all. While we were helping the street department, blocking off streets and all that, floods were occurring. We had the streets underwater in the town, and we had an individual from out of town that was trying to get through. So Liberal, she was in labor, and her car got flooded. They started walking and saw the first flashing lights of one of our brush trucks on here on Quinn Street, and came up to one of our firefighters and said, I'm in labor. And it wasn't one of our EMTs on board, in fact, it was our fire marshal that was working that night. We called for an ambulance, and actually we got her to Liberal to do the different routes that were not underwater by ambulance. We were able to take care of that. She did fine. So that was our very first rescue, or first incident that happened over the city. And then minutes after that, it was rescue after rescues with boats, with the police officers around town. It just kind of started from there. So it started off kind of strange, but ended up very positive.
Good. Okay. Any other reports? All right, since I don't have any more reports, agenda item number 14 is adjournment of City Council. Thank you, everybody, for coming out.
Thank you.
Awesome, thank you. Thanks for the 2 monitors, awesome. Yeah, at first I was like, "I'll hit that thing. It'll survive."
You guys got all pictures? Big checks and stuff.
Why can't I show them all? Oh, yeah, I did. Only mine went. Yeah.